Namaste. I'm Dr. Meenu, and this channel is devoted to self-discovery, self-healing, leading to carrying a lighter weight when you pass through this planet, and success. Why am I starting this channel? The reason is I was living under the veil of subconsciousness, wherein I was thinking that it's okay. I was assuming it's okay to encounter difficult people in your life. Some days are going to be good, some days are going to be bad. So it's okay to face such kind of anxieties, depression, at times anger, at times sadness. It's all okay. Till the time I came across an incident, because we live with that veil of unconsciousness that everything is okay, and I must accept life the way it comes, the way it is thrown upon me. For me, there is a incident, not one single incident, a series of incidents which happened during COVID over a period of 1 year, wherein I came across somebody very manipulative, very super senior boss, very manipulative, and I didn't know that I was being manipulated. I was thinking that he's a very good friend of mine, he's trying to help me out, without having any idea as to below the surface there's something happening. And anyways, it just took me to, by the time the damage had already been done, it took me to the path of spirituality, wherein I started learning more about narcissistic characters, and I could actually deeply analyze that the patterns completely matched to the narcissistic patterns that the literature was saying. And this is what opened my eyes. I was awakened to the fact that it is not just one person in my life that was narcissistic. It was series of patterns that I was going through in my life since last so many years, not just 1 year or 10 years or 20 years, more than 30-35 years that I can recall. I have repeatedly invited narcissistic and toxic people like a magnet in my life. But this awakening made me feel that there is more study I need to do, and the more I studied, the more my eyes were wide open to the fact that everybody on this planet goes through life without finding the truth, not just about the outside environment, but the truth about inside. And of course, in my case, I was lucky enough to be exposed to the right literature, to the right kind of study that I was doing, and it made me completely self-discover myself, because eventually such incidents make you in my case, such incidents actually made me first accept that problem of course lies with the outsiders, but the problem also lied with me. Because once you allow people to run over you again and again and again as a pattern, the problem also lies with you. Too much of niceness, being an empath, is not an easy thing, and it's not a good thing. I mean, I do not mean to say that empaths are not good. Empaths are too good. I am an empath, and that is why probably I was always attracting narcissistic people or toxic people all through my life. They need fuel, they need some supply, and the supply usually comes from people who are very forgiving. I am very forgiving. I tend to give a lot of chances to the people. I think today I know about myself. I did not have self-discovery about myself. I did not have any idea why am I doing all that. For me, it was goodness. For me, I am good, so I am going to be good to the people, because there are certain people who had childhood traumas. They might have gone through so much of bad things in life without understanding that their empathetic pattern or their empathetic parameter has completely died down. So there is no point trying to fix people, because you're going to break yourself in the process. I did that, and by the time I understood all these patterns and I actually created that kind of self-discovery, I went within, I understood myself more and more, and this concluded that there is a lot of inner work that I need to do, and unless I do this inner work, transitioning to any new phase would just be a surface level thing, the way it has been happening in the last few years. So it was time for me to accept what are the traits that make me me. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? And why do I attract such people? Why can't I create boundaries? There are so many things which opened my eyes, and gradually today I feel much more confident and better in handling the situations, in handling the people. It all started with self-discovery. So I'm trying to pass on the knowledge that I have garnered through all this phase of 1.5 years to all my people, community people who can somehow benefit from it. And before somebody damages them or breaks them or breaks their self-esteem, they wake up to the fact that the intelligence lies in dealing with these people in a very, very strategic manner. So in today's episode, I'm going to focus on self-discovery. What is self-discovery? Why do you need to discover yourself? I mean, everybody would say, I have very good knowledge of who I am, my strengths, my weaknesses, my, all the traits I'm aware of. That is what I thought. All my life, I was very confidently telling people, I know I'm absolutely normal. I'm fit enough. I'm mentally, I'm very strong. I'm emotionally strong. Physically, I go to the gym, so physically I'm very fit. I had no idea that there are core wounds which I am carrying from childhood, which I was not even aware of. There starts your self-discovery, because unless you discover those wounds, you will never ever be able to ascend to a higher level. And if you do not ascend to a higher level, you'll always keep attracting low vibrational energies. In my case, this is what was happening. I was attracting low vibrational people because I was not healed, because those traumas were making me like a small child. My inner child wounds were so immense. I'm going to discuss in some episode about inner child wounds. But currently I'm just trying to just tell you that there are core wounds that we carry as a small child, and those wounds had probably made me what I am today. We just carry the patterns of what as a childhood we have faced, that is replicated as an adult. So I was carrying all those wounds, and because of those wounds I was either looking at people, because my behavior of trying to seek validation from people was all the result of the childhood traumas, which I had never acknowledged. I never wanted to acknowledge them because I thought I'm a physically fit, mentally fit lady. I do not need any kind of inner work to be done. But I am so thankful today to the universe, to the God, that I was taken gradually toward this phase wherein I kept on elevating on a daily basis. My spiritual study kept on elevating. My psychological studies kept on elevating. And before I move forward, I would also like to give a disclaimer that although I'm Dr. Meenu, but I'm not a trained psychotherapist. Whatever knowledge I'm going to share with you over this channel is a lot of study. Yes, there's a lot of self-study that I have done on narcissistic trait people, borderline personality disorders, and also lot of literature study that I have done on spirituality. So it's a combination of both the techniques, which is practical, which is scientific, as well as which is on a spiritual side. And it helps to combine both the studies, because eventually if you want to go for self discovery, self therapy, self healing, you will have to combine both the studies, and that is what I have done to heal myself. So why self-discovery is important? As I mentioned in the initial stages, that we live life as a routine. Get up, go to the office, face certain challenges, have difficult bosses, have difficult people around us, sit there for the discussions, have discussions about how there could be some people who are into gossips, who work less, who talk more, who are into people pleasing. There are people who are rude, arrogant, and bosses. We have this habit of glamorizing toxic people. How? Because somebody is in authoritative position, somebody has the power, so we would say, he's good, he's a CM, or he's whatever politician, or he's a boss, he's a CEO, he's good, he's intelligent, but he gets rude at times. That's okay. I mean, obviously he has so much of pressure. No, we should not be glamorizing such traits of arrogance, rudeness, manipulation. No, nobody has the right to snub anyone, be rude to anybody, be arrogant towards anybody. Nobody has the right. But the fact remains that they are damaged. They are damaged who are vetting out this kind of treatment to people around them. But we are more damaged who are letting somebody treat us this way, whether at home or outside. At home also, you would come across relatives or people, you would always try to glamorize, oh my, you would try to justify. More than glamorizing, in home situations, it is about justifying. I have done that for several years. I would justify, oh my, so and so is good, but just that he goes into shell when I hurt him. He does not talk to me for months together. Why? Who has the right? Who has given you the right to give a silent treatment to anybody? This was what I learned during this phase, that I had no idea that I was dealing with narcissistic people outside and inside, those who were giving me silent treatment for no reason, for no mistake of mine. And I was justifying that to the outside world, that look, otherwise he or she is good, but it's just that sometimes probably he gets hurt, so he stops talking to me for months together. No, there is no justification for wrong behavior, and you or me should not tolerate any kind of behavior which is unjustified. So we'll start with self-discovery as to how I discovered what Meenu comprises, or what Meenu exactly is. So there are certain questions that you need to ask yourself. For example, do I seek validation from people around me? As in, do I ask my spouse or my relatives, or in office, do I ask people as to, should I take this step? Should I do this? I'm planning to do this. Should I do this? And unless I get that validation, I will not take a step forward. That's a red flag. All these are red flags which you need to ask yourself these questions. Apart from this, do you sometimes feel that you're becoming a people pleaser? You do not want to say no to people. I have faced this like anything. All my life I have been scared of saying no. There are times when I would feel this does not fit into my schedule. This is something which probably would ask me to expand myself immensely. But saying no, oh no, I should not be, because somebody is demanding me. At home, I would see people all enjoying, sitting, relaxing, and me going out of my way during extreme weathers, winters, summers, whatever it is, trying to please them, serving them in their bed. So I have seen those traits in me, wherein I would find it very difficult to say no. That's a big red flag. That's a big red flag. If you fear saying no to people around you, there is a inner work which is required from your end. Why should you be scared of saying no? Do you think that people will leave you because you're saying no in some situation? Do you think that they're going to be annoyed because you're going to say no? That means you're with the wrong people. If they get annoyed, if they lose you, if they leave you, if they abandon you because of such things, the problem is with them. It's not with you. It's taken me years to actually realize that the problem was not with me. The problem has never been with me. I have been most, I would say, purest of the soul, trying to please and help everybody around me, only to be broken again and again and again. And it's taken so much of healing for me to actually come and elevate to that level, wherein today I can proudly say, it's okay. I cannot comply to every demand of yours. I have the right to say no. I cannot do this. It's beyond my limits. So with grace I can say that, and if I lose out on people, it's their problem, it's not my problem. I deserve a better environment. I deserve a better situation. I deserve better friendships. I deserve better relationships. But if you say no, if you fear saying no, there is a deep knowing that you need to have, the deep inner work which is required from your side. Apart from this, do you ever feel that you justify the behavior, wrong behavior of people, as I said, because the grandiosity of the authoritative nature, or the way those people are sitting at the top, at the powerful position. So you try to justify their behavior by saying, of course they are good, otherwise they are good. But then sir gets very angry when the team does not do the work. But sir gets angry because he's not able to give the proper demands, proper commands also. I have seen, I'm a boss and in my organization, but I give commands so with so much of clarity that people end up doing it. I have never faced any problem with my teams now as a team member. When I was as a team member in the younger stages, I know that there were bosses who would confuse you would confuse you to an extent that teams would end up either having clashes amongst themselves, chaos amongst themselves, and the bosses would be enjoying that, because first of all they don't know how to give instructions. Secondly, when the projects would fail, they would blame it on the team itself. Because they are enjoying the negativity that they are passing, those sadistic pleasure they are taking in killing and crushing the teams. That is what some people are made of. So acceptance regarding that also. Self-discovery is one thing, but before self-discovery, you have to accept. For me, it was a difficult time. It was a difficult stage that I had to accept that people can be bad also. There are people whose empathy has completely died down and they would love crushing people. So that kind of awakening is also required. So in today's episode, I'm just concentrating on helping you discover yourself. So if you discover based on these questions, if the answers to these questions come in a strange way, that yes, I'm a people pleaser, I find it difficult saying no, I look for people's validations, approvals and their validation, and I try to prove myself. All my life, I lived with an assumption that if I have to gain appreciation or love from people around me, I have to overdo. Overdo means I have to extend my working hours. I had to extend my the services and the contribution that I am giving. All my life I have done that like a fool. I think of all my past, and I could never please them. I still could never please them, because the givers would have limit, but takers would never have. They would never feel satisfied. You keep giving whatever you want, they will always have critical comments about you. And I used to wonder as to what is going wrong with me. I'm trying to please them, trying to give so much, I'm trying to do so much for them at home, and believe me, I have faced all these situations at home also and outside also. So for me, it's come as a learning lesson. It's a tough lesson that I have learned, and it's been very, very tough. But I thank God for giving me this lesson, because today I am a pure soul. I understand that there are limits. You need to create boundaries. These boundaries, don't create walls. We'll have one episode on that also. Don't create walls. Just have boundaries wherein people understand how much they can run over you. There should not be a boundaryless life wherein anybody can come and anybody can demand and command anything. When you enter from one phase to another, this is the reason that I'm starting this, because I know how many times do we teach our kids how to handle your emotions. We do not teach them. Nobody taught me how to handle your emotions. Nobody taught me that you need to master your emotions. I would just lose myself in every situation, whether it is official situation, it is personal situation, because people pleaser, I was a people pleaser. For me, keeping others happy is the priority. It used to be the priority. I have to keep others happy. I am happy because others are happy. That is the wrong way of looking at it. First, keep yourself happy, fill your own cup. Once your cup is full, you can pour to the other people. For me, it was, I have to fix this, I have to fix this situation, office mein I have to fix this situation, that situation. You keep on working as hard as possible. You will never be able to please people, because you are empty. I was empty from inside. Unless you are full from inside, you will not be able to pour to any other's cup. So today's episode, just ask those questions to yourself, because we'll move forward with self-healing, self-therapy and other things only if you get into the acceptance mode of understanding that there is a area which needs some kind of change. So if the answer to these questions is yes, I get into people pleasing, I try to overdo things, I fear saying no, I look for validations from people. If the answers to these questions are yes, I think you need inner work, inner healing, and it's going to be very, very at times tough and painful. But you'll come out winner, and you'll be proud of yourself that you're crossing through this planet with less baggage and lighter weight, which you will thank me later for. So we'll meet again in the next episode. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Namaste.